In 1989, I made a vow that I would set up my own law practice. You see, it wasn't just a commercial decision. I wanted to do it in honor of my father, who was very instrumental to me studying law. Sadly, the year I got called to the bar, he passed away, so he never saw me practice. When I met my husband, I shared my dream with him, and from time to time he would ask me, "Mary, when are you going to set up your law practice?" And my answer would always be the same: I will. And I meant it. I would someday. Anyhow, here I was, 2005, I'd still not done it. At the time, I was working with a housing trust, dealing with all their property transactions. I got bored and wanted to get back in the excitement of private practice. And as you do, on autopilot, I updated my CV and started to look for work. I remember going for this interview. The role was to head the conveyancing department. I didn't get it. I was more shocked than disappointed because I knew I could do it. I had done it before. Well, your loss, I said. I'll take my skills, my talents, my experience somewhere else. But as I walked towards the train station that day, a question I will never forget popped in my mind. Why are you going from firm to firm, trying to convince others you can do what you know you can do, but for their benefit, not yours? It was my light bulb moment. I realized subconsciously all those years I had been waiting for permission, waiting for the right moment. Well, no more waiting. I got into work the next day, I put in my resignation, and I told my boss the reason why. A week later, she calls me and says, "Mary, we're not going to replace you. We're going to outsource the work. So we want you to catalog everything you've been doing for the company, and that will form the basis on which we'll ask for law firms to put in a bid for the work." I see some of you smiling. If you're business-minded, you'll see the opportunity there. For me, it completely went over my head. Yes, you can be in the right place at the right time and be completely oblivious to it. Luckily, a colleague of mine who liked me said, "Mary, why don't you put in a bid for the work?" I did, and I got it. My first client, a corporate client, even before I set up the practice. And as I reflected on how I got to that moment, I realized that day I made the decision to start. I didn't have any more money in the bank than I did the day before. I didn't have any more experience, any further training, any more connections. The only thing that changed was I made a decision and I took action. And that changed everything. Thank you.